back on my work computer here. What do you guys say we do a little need to know? Get logged back into the Department of Liberty servers. And, get paid. Make that money. Let's see if Restream will work with it. Kinda doubt it. Actually, maybe it doesn't matter. Restream doesn't even want to connect, it doesn't look like. Meh. That's fine. Let's just go ahead and get signed in here. Scuto bone voluntaris. So we're going to re-enter the codex here. If the sound is a little off, let me know one way or the other. But let's go ahead and sign back in as Michael Knight. Oof. Seems a little loud to me, but we'll see. We've got our same busted phone. I think the game didn't autosave our promotion. So we'll look here. Marcus told us, hey, we're promoted, groovy. And then we can leave home, go home. So Gordo is, again, congratulating us on getting our promotion. Drinks, to all the drinks, and to being on the inside. That's you now, buddy. To the inside. So we've been promoted. Clearance level 8. Man is a wolf to man. So we moved in record time. From Florida all the way up to DC. It's been about a week and a half. There we go, new message from Gordo. He's giving us secret messages here in his drunk-ass typos. See? Here we go. Happy New 3-year. Even respawn 636, man. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. So Gordo's always having fun. That's why we like Gordo. Cheer up, it'll all be worth it, man. They gave us an apartment with 2 plants and a picture of another one. This is our Christmas tree, by the way. It's just a little sign that hangs on the door. That's all. And then Mom gave us a Happy New Year. And we just say thanks. We hope everyone's well. And now I predict our sister will reach out and get in touch with us. There we go. It's Elise. Happy New Year. Life. How's life treating us in the frozen north? We love it up here, right? Really starting to fit in. Lots of new friends. And the people at the staff party are really awesome. We're totally not just sitting here on our couch all by ourselves without even a television to our name. Now, you know the thing we still haven't done? Let's not even check this. We're going to look at shopping here. Still haven't bothered to buy a new phone. $275. Now with overnight delivery. It's the ultimate in affordable smartphones, but I don't want to spend the money on it right now. Let's just go to work. Check us out with our haircut and everything. We got a new message from Frank Talby. Long time no talk, kid. I've been getting us up on the West Coast for the last several months, and they tell you you're in the mud with us now? Good to have you aboard. Definitely, the muddier the better. You said it, not me. In case we need to have a face-to-face. The Embassy Diner? Tonight? Sure. I mean, he's the poltergeist, right? Sweet. We'll take a look at the news here in just a second. Oh, it's Calvin Prince. Remember when we schooled him at being a super spy, a super sleuth? We even did get a haircut. Look at this. Nice haircut. Wondering if we're going to worry ourselves with bald spot. Do I know you from somewhere? Yeah, we met in Sarasota. So, you're here on vacation? I work here now. As a cleaner? No, not as a cleaner. And I really do need to talk to HR about standards. He knew who we were. Hey, Esther. What a crazy name. Now, you're no Gordo, but, take those glasses off, let your hair down a little bit. We go out and have a night on the town and just chill. Hey, Max, Lily, it's Michael, Esther. Oh, nice to meet you. I've been here for like 3 years. Yeah, we could mess with her, but let's just say you two. Anyway, Brian's calling a briefing over in 3B in 5 minutes. Thanks, Esther. No problem. Seriously? Seriously? Alright, so we are going to start screwing with her. That's all there is to it. Alright. Hold on. Since Brian's about to take us through everything, why don't we read the news here? Still no leads in the friendly killer case. China shrinks military by 300,000. The 3D printed car rolls out. And laser weapons join the USMC arsenal. Crud. That's significant. Really hoping something cool happens on here, other than... Well, you do like... Yeah. Boobs. Alright, anyway, let's see what Brian has to say. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad you all survived New Year's after what I heard about the party at Michael's. As you all know, there have been some recent deregulations. Wow, maybe we really did have a party at our place. Now that the red tape's finally been cut, we have access to new information. Very exciting, I know. Go team! This means more nuance in your decision-making, which I know some of you have been requesting for some time. Not mentioning any names, Mohan. Brian's one of those guys who does the little laugh after everything. You've probably texted with people like this, right? You're all like, hey, on Instant Messenger or on chat, and they're like, lol, hi. And you're like, how you doing today? And they're like, lol. That's the kind of guy that Brian is. His text messages are probably terrible. Anywho, today's a big one and we've got no time to lose. Have a productive day, everyone. So he really didn't tell us anything. Alright. We're level 8. Notice the background is now this lovely Dijon Grey Poupon mustard color. Let's just get signed in here. New evidence access. Email. Oh, God. There is a a new thing. They did a new act. It's not just the Liberty Act anymore. They furthered it, just like they did with the Patriot Act, with the Enduring Liberty Act. So we have access to lexicon now, taken mostly from the servers of commercial providers. It allows the department to read suspects' emails. Great. If it really is like 4 years later, we do still have the same busted-ass phone, which is kind of funny. Also, we have access to their bank records through Lucre, which the banks and financial companies have just given us straight backdoor access to basic transaction information, which is exactly analogous to the kind of metadata that credit card companies are allowed to keep on you now. And they do turn it over. So we have a new power. Black sheep suspicion required. Can it be overruled? Even if we don't have something that matches our watch list, we can still say we suspect this person. Because I'm a cheap son of a bitch. You want to buy a new phone? We can buy a new phone. I kind of wanted to see if I could make it to the end of the game with the same shitty phone. I mean, I'm connecting to this by dial-up, so... So agents at a higher clearance level to use suspects' information is leveraged at their discretion. That's a program named BusyBee. I wonder how that's going to work. They'll probably show us how to do it pretty quick. We also have the power to discard. Can it be overruled? Yes, the power will not be actioned if requested incorrectly. It marks a suspect as irrelevant to the current mission or operation and removes them from the analysis pool. So we can override actually having evidence and suspect them, or we can completely disregard evidence and remove people from the pool. Things are about to get much more political. So, Roger Morcom, you'll remember him, he was the cult leader of the Golden Heart, is facing trial. Since his initial testimony, he's not given up any further information regarding his connection to Cloud Dweller. Cloud Dweller being the name that was associated with causing a meltdown at 3 different nuclear reactors around the country, requiring the evacuation of over 3 million people. So all of his assets have been seized, and we suspect that the Cloud Dweller or associates are secretly funding his very expensive legal team, probably to keep him from turning state's evidence, Sealy Bob. Now, Morcom is a national security threat. He must remain in custody, so flag any files concerning defense strategy. Use the linking tool, Deep Link, to help uncover any suspicious financial benefactors. So, let's take a look at what we've got here. The rules that we need to follow, and we may be able to break, but the rules that we need to follow are any money transfers above $25,850. It's $10,000 real life right now, so I'm assuming there's a little bit of inflation. But he must have also had contact with R. Ramos, E. White, or Jay Garrison. And we can also black sheep on any sort of attachments relating to trial strategy. Such as, let's contaminate the evidence or something. So let's begin. I like how Azure is our new normal, and Azure used to be elevated. That should say something. Don't forget, you can check your place in the Department of Liberty by checking your ID card. So if we do, we can see we're pretty accurate. We got 1 evidence incorrect. We've got a fair number of stuff. And as we scroll down, we can see other things, other powers that we got over time. You can see how it's getting more and more powerful. More and more evidence. We're into bank records and email now. All right, so we also have the entire United States to take a look at. I think I am going to go ahead and put it back on the auto scroll, though. Just that way I don't accidentally miss something that's up here. So let's take a look at old Roger Morcom himself. Why not get started there? Let's check his call metadata. Then we'll check his messages. And then we'll check his email. So do you really think he'll get out? I'm too valuable left here. He doesn't know how much I know. I'll be out in no time. Interesting. Now, no contact with R. Ramos, E. White, or Jay Garrison. And I want more channels on my television. I've already asked twice, but no one's listening. While you're at it, tell Joseph to bring me a bottle of red next time. Honestly, do these people even know who I am? So, what we need to do is can we assay? No linked. I think it wants me to use the deep link, but I don't think I can use deep link on people that aren't these others. Yeah, so see, basically I would have to tag it with that and then tag the actual evidence. So he's not communicating with anybody that I need to. He's not talking about trial strategy even a little bit. I seriously got nothing. So I can't really pop out of this. I have to discard him. There was just nothing to do, so... Alright. So that's unfortunate. But there are more people here. I'm not surprised that he's clean, right? He's been in jail for a while. How about Angelica Ricardo? Let's check all of her stuff. Got some bank records, some fees. Alright, now, E. White. You might remember E. White. That's one of the ones that we need to take a look at. Do we have any bank transactions that are above that amount? Yeah, this is exactly 7 above. So we're going to use the deep link tool on this. And if we take a look, there's legal fees for T. Arroyo, legal fees for M. Escher, legal fees for TBX Financial. I wonder what that means. Now, if I link these two, there we go. I've linked those two, so I've used money transfers above 2580, and we chose contact with E. White. So, trial questions, Grace Robert. I don't know if this is the same one, but these are definitely attachments. Well, it says attachments. These are definitely email items having to do with trial strategy, so let's black sheep it here. We have to be questioned. Don't put him on the stand for too long. 5 jurors already hate him. So let's do that. Seems suspicious to me. Let's go ahead and use that info. And then we can check out Bridget Lemaire. What are you arguing? Oh, I see. Well, I can tell you what's on Twitter. The worst of everything. So let's take a look here. To Felipe Mamadov, the witness has been secured. She'll testify in his house. I'll send over deposition soon. There is a money transfer here above this amount, but we're not talking to anybody there. Now, there is something about trial strategy, right? The witness has been secured and she'll testify on his behalf, so I guess we can flag it. But I mean, she's a lawyer. She's going to talk about that all the time, right? She was unable to speak for years. She's making up for it now. So, here's the thing. It seems really unlikely that it's her because she doesn't have anything to do with the TX thing. I know that they want us to have it, so we're going to go ahead and choose use info, and then we'll see what they say about it. I really think we probably could have discarded. But we've never done it, so I don't know what the rules are on that. Jane Patrick, also a lawyer. She has extensive knowledge of explosives. And she used to be colorblind, but she got over it. So, access to Li Zhao. Make sure Morecambe doesn't wear the pitch black suit again on the stand. It makes him look like he's an undertaker who likes his job a little too much. Alright, so we can go ahead and clear that. That's trial strategy, after all. And let's look at legal fees. R. Askin. No, not one of the people. Carrot Associates, the internet bill. None of these are associated at all. So let's go ahead and flag her. We're going to use that info. We can maybe lean on him being ghoulish, even though that's not a particularly satisfying trial strategy. Anders Olsen is struggling to digest proteins. He misinterprets phrases, and he has night terrors. Alright. Let's look at his meta records here and see, do we have R. Ramos? No. E. White? No. Aha! Jay Garrison. And can we connect that with any deposits over it? Absolutely. We do have a money transfer that's in excess. So, we'll draft Jay Garrison. This consulting fee. There we are. Money transfer above. You need to shut down those witnesses from the families in the nicest way possible, but shut them down. I want to see anger, not tears. So he's talking about playing hardball. Let's go ahead and flag these witnesses. I don't know if it's the same one or not, but he's talking about witness intimidation. So that's probably something to pay attention to. Alright, old Henry Tran here, with the best haircut I've seen in this game yet, is a personal rival and he wants to be a clown, which you can tell by looking at his hair. He's an electronics expert and barely cares about politics. So, here we go. Ever feel like all the Ninja Turtles are just the same guy, but they have different masks, different weapons? I mean on the inside. Keep those dark thoughts to yourself. Right? Okay, so does he have anything over? There's one for R. Rogerson. R. Rogerson's not one of the people, though. Consulting fees for M. Headroom. So we definitely have money transfers that are above, but we aren't contacting R. Ramos, E. White, or Jay Garrison. So what about trial strategy? Wrap this up is lucrative, but we need to minimize our involvement. I've enclosed a list of cross-examiners that you might want to look into. Okay, so, really interesting. I'm realizing that we've made some mistakes. It really was talking about attachment files. We had not seen an attachment file until this point. So, it really is talking about attachments. I thought that it maybe just meant mentions in the email, so good to know. We'll use it. We'll get some evidence wrong this time, unfortunately, but we'll get our compliance back up afterwards. I'm not too worried about it. Let's check out old Mr. Barbara here. Sven regularly dyes his hair shit brown. He sleeps with a glass of water beside his bed. He's extremely honest, and in private, he enjoys the silky feeling of ladies' underwear. Who doesn't, really? So, Rafael Pedro, you owe me one. Here are the phone records from the Morecambe case you requested. This could cost me my job, so keep it quiet. So we'll absolutely tag that. Which witness is up first tomorrow? The mother. She's ready to crack. You gotta be ready for it? When am I not? Interesting. So let's also go ahead and use that info as well. So, yeah, right? So, unfortunately, I've tagged a whole bunch of people because I didn't really understand how the attachment thing was going to go. We're going to make some errors this time, but I think we'll be able to make it up. We'll definitely try and keep our compliance up, as the Trimaxine would say. There we go. Incorrect. And we made some incorrect decisions. So let's review this. Not good enough agents. So let's take a look and see why. They've given us new tools. It's the first time we've ever used them. So, this guy, correct. We used the correct power source. We didn't miss anything, so we're fine. Now, we tagged this. Don't put them on the stand for too long. It was looking for attachments. I just tagged part of it. Not a big deal. Again, not an attachment, so not a problem. We know better than that. Same thing here. No incorrect evidence, so we did fine on Morecambe. We didn't find anything, but we didn't really expect to. No wrong powers here. And, of course, we didn't need to choose that either, but that's fine. Now we know. So we lost 2% compliance. Let's find out if we get $98 or if we get the full $100. We get the full $100. Okay. Well, that's the important part, really. Gotta make that money. Sven Barbara, cross-examination went poorly. Case hangs in the balance. Jella Ricardo was fired by Morecambe. So was Jane Patrick. Of course he's a ginger. Lost vital evidence, now trying to find it. I wonder if that vital evidence was the attachment that we flagged. Did we delete it? Hey there, Michael. Recently transferred from out of state too, and I know it can be a tough gig. Thanks, boss. It means a lot. Hey, call me Brian. I've heard good things about you, even that you helped put Morecambe away to begin with, and I was super jazzed with how you did today. Keep it up. Thanks, Brian. It's a pretty informal office environment here. Let's go home. Let's go to our nice... Well, no, this is probably not our skyrise. This may be the department. Anyway, let's go back to our lonely-ass apartment. And then we're going to have dinner with, what's his name? Serena's calling us. Remember, she moved to DC and now we're here. Hey, stranger, long time. No speak. Oh, hey, how has it been? I don't know, but you've been here for ages and we've barely seen each other. Yeah, that's true. So, might have been a hint that we should hang out sometime. Oh, really? I mean, I'd love to. When are you thinking? I somehow don't know anywhere we go to Embassy Diner, but we shouldn't do that. We're meeting somebody there tonight. Have you been out at all? Do you know any good places? We could say her place. Let's do that. My place sucks. How about the Embassy Diner? I don't want to go there with her. Do you not remember that we set up a meeting with our boss dude? Well, crap, now the reporter's gonna see the two of us talking. Son of a bitch. Alright, so we need to check some online celebrities for unusual revenue streams and contradictions between outward and personal views. If it's not like super compromising, we probably need to give it to the resistance. It's true. Not our tubby little drinking buddy. Alright, so money from G-Short, money from the Balmain Financial Group, money from Sistia Pharmaceuticals, contact with Bruford, Haynes, or Huffman. Okay, let's just go down the list. Alicia Sims. She has 6 toes on her left foot and was a class clown, which you would have to be with 6 toes on her left foot. She's an online cosmetic reviewer, so you can't see her foot. Let's see here. So, tomorrow I reveal my top 10 products of 2019. Hashtag don't miss it. If you're not using one of these Sibel contour kits, you're doing it wrong. Amazing. So, looks like Lee Lin has sent a thing about a survey. Look at this. Extremely, absolutely, completely, very legitimate link. Shockwaveflash.css.pdf. There we go. Alright, so no wonder she got it. She took a little bit of an advertising fee. She also got a promotional fee for Sistia Pharmaceuticals. Interesting how that comes on pretty close with that hospital fee. So let's see here. Sistia Pharmaceuticals. We got nobody with G Short, nobody with Balmain. No Buford, Haynes, or Huffman. But let's go ahead and tag this right here. Boop. We know you, lady. And we know that you're just in it for the money, like everybody on the internet. So Floyd Rodman is a professional internet prankster. This is back in the days of YouTube. They've come all the way back around. You remember the ones? Hey everybody, we're going to do a prank today. Today we're going to convince my mom that I'm dead. That kind of a thing, right? So, let's see, what do we got here? So, hey yo, Prank Galaxy, my latest fake murder social experiment just dropped. Show your boy some love. And y'all hate me because you ain't me. Really summoning back those old memes there. From Bridget Aline. Sir, madam, a lawsuit's been filed against you within 21 days of the summon. You must serve on the plaintiff to answer the attached complaint. That looks like spam too. But he has been charged for damages, legal fees, an appearance fee for Jay Haynes. It's not spelled the same way, though. Compensation for S. Flea, and still more for Marks and Sons, which we don't have any contact with. So this is fine. It's those two. Alright, let's take a look at Trey Larkin. Trey is a pickup video producer. He struggles to stand still. He's incredibly emotional. He harbors feelings of inadequacy. And he's got a gym membership. He also has a really big truck. So, let's see here. I'm sorry, babe. Come back, babe. I'm sorry. I swear I'm not that person IRL. Yo, what up, peeps? Check out my new vid for tips and tricks on how to scope babes at a funeral. Don't forget to check out the merch. Can we reach 5K likes? Don't disrespect them. Hashtag red pill. So, it sure does look like we found some evidence of contradictions between their inward and outward view. But again, it's not actually asking us to do anything with that. Just if we have contact with certain people. So let's take a look here. The, nope, wrong financial group there. Annual registration fee, Furries Anonymous. And then he's red pilling over here. And then he's all like, I'll change. I'm not that person. Trey is not having a good time of it. Not so good. It's also using a lot of electricity. But nothing from the Right Financial Group, nothing from G Short, nothing from the pharmaceutical companies, Buford, Haynes, or Huffman. So, yeah. You're fine. Besides, it doesn't give me the tool to link things together anyway. So, alright, and then we've got one more person. We have Margot Zapata. Margot is a video game streamer. The most loathsome sort of person on the internet that's not on 4chan. And some of them are on 4chan. So from Renee Ignacio, the check should arrive next Monday. Remember, we need a loud positive reaction when you unlock that Sigma plasma rifle. We're selling it hard in the trailer. And that's how you make the money, folks. They give you free merch on the MMO of your choice. As many loot boxes as you want. If you've ever seen a video that says, I unlock $1,000 worth of loot boxes, you know why. She likes to eat at the Olive Garden. She got a pretty good promotional fee from that. There's a loan repayment to M. Hoffman, and she made a payment to Christia Pharmaceuticals. Well, M. Huffman, no, spelled wrong. And then this is Sistia, and this is Christia. So really, there's just the one thing. Just the one thing. That's fine. Let's go ahead and sign into Rialto here. We're going to sell some funds. We're going to sell it to the Resistance. They pay for shit. But man, it's just that somebody's taking bribes for cosmetics reviews. Who gives a shit? Are they not the best goddamn hash browns you ever ate? Absolutely. How do you even do that to a potato? Almost as good as Benji's in Sarasota. You've been there? Sure I have, when I was in town there. Right before you and Calvin had your little joust. I spoke to him today, actually. I'm sure he remembers you fondly. Don't be a bashful kid. You did great that day. I know, he just pisses me off. He's an acquired taste, I'll give you that. But the DOL needs him like it needs you. Especially now. Corrupt shams like the Federal Crime Bureau are jealous. They see us rising fast and they don't like it. We're gonna need grit and steel to get past them. And I know that's you all over. That's right. We look like grit and steel. Or a little bit like Mathis Games now that our haircut's gotten shorter. Am I right or am I right? Sure, Frank, you're right. You can count on me. Oh, I know. But always good to know who your friends are, right? See you around then, kid. I got the bill. So, I'm not against this guy. He seems to like sucking up to us a little bit. He's got confidence in us. Not sure that's a good thing. They told us that they hired us because we're as disposable as a Kleenex. Good thing I'm saving up that cryptocurrency for when they inevitably freeze my bank accounts. Come on, everybody, bring those coffees in and I can begin. Ha ha! Oh, God, Brian. Why do you always ha-ha? It is a whole layer of Cheeto dust. It's what holds the grit and steel together, T.R. Jack. It's really what it is. As you all know, our department only has jurisdiction over crimes in certain states, and as I'm sure you've all heard, our scope might be increased. If we can prove our value in more general crime solving, this is why we've been handed this whopper of a case. Ha ha! Brian, you gotta stop, man. Some ghastly murders in Minnesota have been getting a lot of press lately. Wait for it. He's gonna ha-ha us again. Is this the friendly killer we're talking about? Yes, that's... Why is he called that? As I was... It's crazy. He draws in vulnerable, weak people. He gets them to trust him, then charms them and coerces thousands of dollars out of them. Sometimes everything they own. Days later, their body is found horribly damaged, with all the money left at the crime scene. Wait, the killer doesn't keep the money? Not a cent. So, as I was saying, we've been handed this case in hopes it will make a breakthrough the FCB has been unable to. You'll need to look into murder victims and see if any of them match the friendly killer's MO. Even one match could be big for the department, so break a leg. Boo. What, Boo? No. I'd keep the money. Hey, almost the weekend. I'll still be here, though. Poor buddy. Even the AI's all like, I'll just be here by myself all weekend while you guys are away. Let's take a look at the news here. Cult leader Morcom suffers blow in court, so we did help out. Internet celebrity demonetized for shady financial connection. That was us too. Artificial kidneys are now on the market, the very first crewed Orion space capsule flight. And Zebra releases web-connected eyeglasses. Well. Alright, let's get signed in here. I feel like this would probably be a pretty good game on a tablet. Okay, so, new power, match. Black Sheep suspicion required, 1. Can it be overruled? Yes, but it will not be actioned if requested incorrectly. Identifies the subject as a positive match with the description, identity, or connected with another person. So, program's called Double Down. Now we have no match. Same kind of a thing. Identifies them as a negative match. So we can, again, dismiss them or not. Okay, let's get back to work. The DOL must prove its value in a broader criminal investigation, and we'll begin with the infamous Friendly Killer case. The FCB refuses to share their information, so it's unclear exactly how prolific this murder has been. You will be trawling through our database of deceased profiles. Use the linking tool DeepLink to connect any behaviors or actions that match the previous victims. So, we have to find transactions where we've sent money to one of those 3 accounts that's over $8,250. And if they've sent it at over $1,200 and they have any indications of loneliness or depression. So if they've spent more than $12,000 on phone sex lines and they're dead now, there might be a connection. Operation Hilltopper. Identify any patterns. Alright, let's do it. Let's go with Sebastian Andrea. We've seen Sebastian Andrea before. Still leaving that bathroom stall unlocked. He's also a vengeful person, so... Alright. We're going to read some of these other things, although if you look at this, we specifically... If they don't have bank transactions, it can't be them. It, actually can't be them. So let's see here. Lake Barbecue. Confirmed the deposit on the new catamaran. Can't wait to take her out. What's happening with Kelly? I have no idea. She's just doing her own thing. Are you sure? She seemed off lately. I'm sure she'll be okay. So, the maintenance at the boatyard was pretty pricey. Getting residuals for publishing, which is alright. They're a political leader. They must have written something. And they spent $12.90 at Krispy Kreme. I think they're probably okay. Kill Sebastian. No match. He's just dead because he likes Krispy Kreme. Alright, let's come over here and take a look at Helen Tom in Rochester. She's an assembly riveter like Rosie. She's massively overconfident in her own intelligence. She's exhausted, arrogant. She loves the smell of tobacco smoke. So what has she done? Aardvark? How is Arthur and Aardvark the 39 sexiest curlers? And symptoms, are you depressed? Interesting. So we've got an indication of depression, and we have sent over 12,000 right here. So, and a hospital bill. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to come over here and we're going to link this with this, and we're going to call it that they sent a transaction over 12,000 with an indication of loneliness or depression. Boom. I mean, look at the transaction, right? She makes $23,000 a year. She sent $12,000 to somebody. Suspicious? Yes. How about old Brian Barry in Duluth? He's a copy editor. Smarmy as fuck. He has deafening sneezes. He's one of those that's all... Achoo! Achoo! You know the kind. He uses a nightlight. He sits with his legs crossed. He leaves taps dripping. Though to be fair, it's Duluth, Minnesota, and you don't want your pipes to freeze. Oh fuck. Okay, interesting. Did not realize that we could still click on things in the background. If we accidentally click on it, we can indeed close the powers window. Well, who knew? Alright, so we've got a loan that was sent out to R. Martini, also known as the Great Martini, also known as Martin the Magnificent. How to meet people, Manatee Facts, live college football scores. But I guess he can make whatever kind of loan he wants to R. Martini, because he received a payout from the Minnesota State Lottery. Alright, well, he is not a match. He's just one of those lottery winners that's unlucky enough to get fucking killed. That actually happens a lot. Not necessarily killed, although there is a pretty notable case of that happening. It's just a lot of people who win the lottery, it doesn't go so well for them. Who doesn't look at Manatee Facts most of the time? So we've got Adam Wisniewski, who is a house husband. He makes no money. He's periodically superstitious, usually on Fridays that are also the 13th. He habitually picks at ingrown hairs. He acts helpless to attract partners, and he is a chronic procrastinator, just the type of person that you want for your house husband. Alright, so he received a loan for almost $5,000, and he sent $12,000 to H. Bear. Alright, so who do you usually hang out with? Usually? No one. Usually I'm alone. Oh, that sucks. Haha. Yeah. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and link usually I'm alone with this right here. And we're going to call it transactions over 12,000 with an indication of loneliness. Suspect. Well, Boo has gone full musical. Let's look at old Tommy Maria, St. Cloud, Minnesota. He's another political leader. You know, he looks amazingly like Mr. Barbara. He's a big fan of stupid dares. He's got a noticeable burn scar from a stupid dare. He constantly dusts his books on a dare, and he forgives very quickly, but he always remembers. So who's going to the game this weekend? Having a party this weekend? Everyone's welcome. So sad of being alone. He also sent a lot of money to this Jay Vallejo. Oh no. Stop being alone. I'm not aware of any major events that'll happen in the bottom right, any more than I'm aware of anything going on over here with the department. I think it's just part of the art. I think it's just filling up the UI a little bit. I actually kind of like the columns on either side. I kind of find that a fun way of doing things, especially having your phone out here so that you can see notifications and stuff cropping up over there. I thought that was a nice touch. So Sean Jane, professional gambler at, well, we call him Quad or Quad Deuce because that's how much money he makes. He one time won a hand of poker with 4 2s. So he constantly quotes his favorite monies, and since he's fucking broke, people think it's being thrifty when it's just him being broke. But he wants the best of everything, and he is wearing the best in colored contact lenses. Let's look at all of his call stuff. All right. Hi, Dad. It's in the top drawer on the left next to that TV guide from 1988. That's where the remote control is. So he knows it. We knows it. Appointment services for Q Poindexter. Telephone bill account. You know, so the interesting thing is I have not seen... here's the problem. The contact with... I just realized are phone numbers, not bank account numbers. And so we may well have missed some of these. these. We're looking for 507s or 218s. Here's a 218, 866, 7815. Isn't that one of them, Ardetta? Yeah, so there we go. So unfortunately, we've probably missed some of these. So we'll call it a match. So I'm curious if I can go back. Yeah, you cannot go back. Alright, well, good to know. So we learned more interesting and unique things about this. So let's go deal with Dennis Terry. Another dead political leader. He loses his appetite quickly, thanks to stomach cancer. He holds grudges, has a long-standing speech impediment. And he struggles to say no. I can't talk, asshole. So, free psych evaluation, no quacks, maybe. I know I've been struggling lately, so that I want you all to know. Appreciate your help. Okay. So maybe that's what that means with the psych evaluation. He received an inheritance, though, so that makes sense for the psych evaluation and the struggling, right? He received an inheritance from somebody. Other than that, everything looks okay. I don't see that he has an account with anything. But see this account ID here? This is what I had been kind of looking for previously. Didn't realize that there was the one extra digit transposed. So we were looking at phone numbers. So it looks like Mr. Terry is fine, other than the fact that he's dead. Remember, all these people are dead. Old Wagner Lehman. He's a graphologist. So he will analyze your handwriting. He's also a kleptomaniac, so he knows what a kleptomaniac's handwriting looks like. He does try and help others whenever possible by stealing the things that are expensive and precious to them. He's easily convinced by attractive people, and he donates blood whenever possible. So let's take a look here and see. I think it's this Ava here, 218-929-9413, you bet. Transaction right there is over the limit. So we'll just link. Make sure there's nobody else. Yep, that's fine. Suspicious. So, one left. Robin Andrew. Robin's an elevator operator because there's that one elevator in Minneapolis. I think I've ridden in that one. Yeah, he walks other people's dogs for attention. Mostly he just goes into their yard, steals their dog, and walks it around until people ask for the dog back. He only converses via video chat. He can read 2 pages of a book at once, or 1 page of 2 books at once. And he's obsessed with the royal family. So, service fee for St. Luke's Crematorium, medical bill for Wayville Hospital. Stuff did not go well for him in his life. And he received a no-interest loan from G. Allen. Well, none of those are going to trigger anything because none of that is enough money. If we come through here and we look, yeah, this is the right number, but he has no cent transactions that are above 8,000. So we can just skip him. So I suspect we probably got like one of them wrong. Some of those that we passed probably had the phone number match. Nope. We did all right. We passed on one person that we shouldn't have. We didn't incorrectly mark anything. But maybe we should have been a little more suspicious of a few things. And I suspect those are phone number links. So, no match. No match. I was right. So let's click on all of these and see if we can figure out what the missed evidence was. Here we go. Relevant rule. How to meet people. Indications of loneliness and depression. And then this loan to R. Martini. So that's what we missed. That wasn't even the one that I thought of. Yeah, all these others are okay. All right. Not so bad. Compliance change. We're back up to maximum compliance. We're still going to make that $100. It seems to be the only salary that they pay us. Robin Andrews transferred to archives. Dennis Terry. Now, these are all corpses. Hopefully they just mean their records and not their bodies. Very few people attended service. Mother is searching for old Wagner Layman's. And Brian Terry was also transferred to the archives. Helen Tom, hometown pressuring sheriff's department to find her murderer. And nobody gave a shit about Tommy Maria or Adam Wisniewski. But then again, most of these people said they didn't have anybody in their life, so I'm not terribly surprised. You and the rest of your division stay the fuck out of FCB investigations. Man, I like Ursula Shadid already. Look, Ursula, there's no need for you DLL slimeballs think you can just shove your weight around everywhere. No, not at all, but you have to admit, we found a lot of I'm not fucking around show. Tell Talby and the rest of them to stay in their damn lane or I'll be making one call to the White House. Who was that? I like how he's got the big old picture of a dog up here. It's just like, hey, what's up? I'm a corgi, maybe? Who was that? The deputy director of the FCB, Ursula Shadid. Why was she attacking you? It's not like you're the director. Because everyone above me had the sense to be in a meeting. Yeah, that's how it works. Or if not a meeting, you're deployed. It's one of the two. All right, so, yay, money. We're above 2,000. I'm fully expecting him to, like, freeze my assets at some point in time. Janet Boone. Who's Janet? Just so you know, I'm going to need next month's rent today. What? How am I going to pay that? I guess you'll have to figure it out, won't you? And Seb is calling me. Hey, you Stretch. Got a little twist to this assignment. We've got a personal request from the director herself. Consider yourself honored. Okay. Don't be like that. It's just a tiny little task. Won't take long at all. And when you're done, you can buy me a drink with the cash you made. After all, I hear you're not exactly swimming in friends over there. You know what? I think I might be washing my hair that night. That's the kind of heartwarming repartee I'm used to. Come on, fat Christian Slater, tell us what's up. Investigate misbehavior at an exclusive private school, St. Augustine's. Request profile access for Skeleton Key? Fuck yes! We're totally going to look into our landlord that wants our money at the last minute. So, we can abuse this if we're that kind of a person. Because no doubt she's got like a gambling problem or something like that. Or, we can just find out just so that we know. We've got the money unless rent is like insanely expensive. Come on, connect. Alright, so, if there's any criminal history involving drugs, or more than 5,000 into an account from an unnamed source. Only if V. Charles P. Grayson or A. Van Berg. Huh, okay. Wait. They're all in D.C.? Let's make sure that there's not any... Okay, yeah. So they're all in D.C. Janet. My dog. Let's talk. She's a landlord. She makes $2,000 a year. No wonder she fucking needs the money. She wants to be a superhero. She's an excellent singer. She eats dinner at exactly 6:46 every single day. And all she hums is da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. All right. So... Alright, let's take a look at the messages. A. Maria. Y. Tahiri. Gausal. C. Ryan. A. Abe. It's interesting, none of these are us. Let's see here. Only if they... Does this mean that they have messages or contacts? I think this means if maybe they have a message. But there is no V. Charles, P. Grayson, or A. Van Berg here. Let's see if she's got a criminal history involving drugs, fire safety, housing code, safety code, and indecent exposure. Hey, Dawn, what's going on? So, this lady wants my rent. She's my landlord, all right, but she's got a fire safety violation, a housing code violation, a safety code violation, and indecent exposure. Maybe we won't pay her. So, are you packed and ready? Yes, but what are you going to tell her? It'll be fine. I can definitely get away. All right, Great Falls it is. Love you too. So, maybe she's got a boyfriend or girlfriend that's married or in a relationship. Well, nothing I can turn her in for, but I don't know that I have to feel too beholden to pay her rent. Good to know. All right, how about Dennis Doyle? Dennis Doyle is a student who remembers pi to 2,000 decimals. If you could do that, why are you going to school, man? He's obsessed with incidents in his childhood. He leaves the bathroom stall unlocked, just in case. And he sleeps with a nightlight. So he's still getting an allowance from his mom, or he's giving an allowance to his mom. And it's a pretty small allowance, too, $25.45. I do see a payment in here that is from somewhere, and we sure don't know who it's from. Was there anything about B. Charles or P. Grayson or A. Berg? No, I don't see that. Petty theft, vandalism, marijuana possession. Okay, well, the criminal history involving drugs was one of the things that they wanted us to check, so snip. We know old Dennis Doyle here, who's making secret payments. Or no, he's receiving? He's receiving payments. He received $5,000. He received another $50 for tutoring somebody, and he gave his mom $25. This game is called Need to Know. It is a surveillance mystery game. And right now, we are using surveillance tools in the off hours because that's the real reason that we were hired, was so that we could have a sort of off-the-books bit of investigations, do a little bit of dirty work for the Department of Liberty. It was more than 5,000 from an unknown source, but it says only if V. Charles, P. Grayson, or A. Van Berg. And we didn't have any contact with any of those people. So we've got an F. Van Berg, we've got no Grayson, and we've got no Charles. So we come over here and we take a look, and membership fee, Logan Paul for America. Oh, Jesus. A loan, he received a loan for about $1,000. Payment to Obnoxiously Loud Jet Skis, Inc. He receives an allowance from his dad, $950 a month. And we have another one of these transactions, but we don't have anybody to link it to over here. So if we don't have the right contacts, then it doesn't go anywhere. So, Tan, even though you cannot tie your shoelaces, you rarely sleep alone and with a nightlight. So, good luck to you on the rest of your life. It's going to be a difficult one. Marcus Crane. This student's making a little more money. He looks, he's kind of got the Biff Tannen look to him. Like young Biff, 1955 Biff. He rarely sleeps on his side. Why the hell do we care about that? He invented a hilarious refrigerator alarm. You open it up and it's like, hey, butthead, close the door. we did go ahead and grab the drug criminal records. The only thing we've picked up so far. So it's over here. Old Dennis Doyle's marijuana possession. Okay, Don. We will look for you. Can verbatim recite every Kipling poem. And probably sarcastically responds to every request to do chores with, it's Tommy this and Tommy that. And he frequently wears jorts, which, I mean, really just makes him cool. Alright, so let's take a look here. Suspect name. Are you coming to Rob's tomorrow? Can't. My mom knew I skipped this week. Careful. She might get her spies onto you. Lol. You know they didn't tell us the name of the director, right? This is probably the director's kid. Just a guess. So let's take a look here. Areas of interest. V. Charles, P. Grayson, or A. Van Berg. So, allowance from M. Crane. Payment. Payment to Glug Boys Liquor. Mortgage repayment. Did he have a mortgage? He's 17. He's 17. Why does he have a mortgage? Transaction. Rigoberto's Luxury Goods. Alright, so we've got the anonymous. We've got the P. Grayson. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and take... Here we go. Received more than 5,000. Boom. Got it. That's what they're looking for. We need to make sure to give that to our buddy. We can give the marijuana one over to somebody else. It's no big deal, but I need to get my relationship up with him. Right now, my job is more important than what they're ingesting. Holy shit! His hair is taking geometry classes. Look at that. He's got hair like a magic rune. This is Peter Sam, 18, desperately needs to cut all hair above his nose. Just a straight line to right about here, and life will be a lot better for him. He's a bad liar. He has a bad memory for numbers. He never removes tags from his clothes because he can't remember how much they cost, and he's too shy to dance publicly, which is honestly pretty normal. Party on Rob's dad's yacht. Be there or be a 99er. Who's bringing the kegs, boy? Lol, check out this libtard getting trolled. So he's got a birthday present from G. Peabody for $10,000, but made a payment to the Popped Collar Boutique for $806.55. That's right. This dude probably knows Chad. All right. So we've done what we need to do. Let's go ahead and sell some funds. We're going to sell a little bit of criminal history here to the Resistance. Excellent. And we're going to go over here in these banknotes. We're 100% selling those to Seb. We got to keep that up. It's starting to fall down. Seven's getting pretty low. And that's what the director wanted to know. Do you mind if it's Monopoly money? I mean, I could send you $10,000 Monopoly money. Hey, Janet. What is it? Just wanted to get back to you about the rent. Oh, you're going to pay the advance? Not exactly. So, you've broken a few too many laws with this place for that, or if you don't want your husband knowing about your secret trip to Great Falls, or unless you want people finding out about your perverted hobby. This is the only one I think that you could legitimately find out by looking through court records. The others are like way too creepy, so we're going to use that to blackmail her. How do you know about that? Fine, but you'd better not tell anyone else I'm giving you this sweet deal. I don't feel too bad about that. It's obvious I wasn't reading her text messages or anything. I was just looking at court records. It's fine. You should all know how scary those are to come across, by the way. Super easy. Did you hear? It looks like we're all criminals. Well, this sounds interesting. Someone higher up heard about Shadid blasting Brian, and it pissed him off. So we're using leaked FCB files to track down targets connected to Morecambe from other states. Really? Because that seems like a major violation of the law. No, that seems like a very negative way of looking at it. Besides, we get one chance in a blue moon of sticking it to that bully, or tracking down the Cloud Dweller. So let's all do our very best, team. Ha ha! Ugh. No. Let's just read the news. I don't even want to sign in right now. Hey, what's up, man? So, let's see here. More victims identified in the Friendly Killer case. We did that. Mobile payments go up to $3 trillion. The ITER experimental fusion reactor progressing. Translation earbuds, this year's Christmas gift. And major sport trades may be imminent. Hey, what's up, buddy? Can we click on you? If I click on him, he points at himself. Yeah, buddy, I know it's you. That's why I'm clicking on you. All right. Let me get signed in here. We've traced the account number linked to Morecambe's legal fees and have connected it to other suspicious payments. However, much of these pays information's in the FCB database. In the interest of national security, a patriotic connection inside the FCB has leaked to several key profiles. Use this opportunity to link any earmarked payments with political extremists. And here are the new rules. So, it's a pretty narrow range of payments, and only if it's to the Virginia Liberation Front, Neo-Texas, or Floridian Independence. So all secessionists, it looks like. We can use the Black Sheep tool on any sort of unlawful protest, or if they've ever been to a riot. I predict a riot. I predict a riot. Borrowed sugar. Yeah, well, we borrowed something, all right. Make sure you check for all the mission rules. Don't miss anything. You bet, buddy. You bet, peeper. All right, let's take a look at Burgett Lang from Barstow. Now, Burgett is a meter reader with a real serious cake of the marijuana eyes and a smirk. She hates eating in front of others, cannot sleep in total silence. She enjoys candles, and she's double-jointed. And by double-jointed, we mean she has a joint in both hands. You just can't see it in the picture right now. Alright, so let's take a look here. Browser history. Do ice arrows work? 16 steps to clean a toilet. Then Jordan versus LeBron, round 143. Let's see, just checking if you've seen that link that I sent. I know we only casually talk about politics at work, but I thought this would really interest you. The Floridian Independence Group could be exactly what we're looking for. So we have a connection to the Floridian Independence Group. We need to look for sent payments between 22.5. Yes, right here. Right here. So we're just going to go ahead and we want to link it with Deep Link, right? Yep. Boom. 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 Lady, you and your double-jointedness are about to get busted. Alright, how about Ellen Tom? She's in Phoenix, but it's a dry heat. She's got weirdly two-toned hair. That's awesome. She's old in the front and party in the back. It's just a ponytail that you can hold. So she's a student, a 69 giggity years old student. And she likes to fly, experiences night terror. She bathes in breast milk and secretly watches random people at the mall. But who doesn't do that? So let's see here. Divide our nation. Fight fascism. 50% off all teas. It's the left half. And 11 ways Fallen Kingdom let us down. So, loan repayments. Fee, Shady Politics Limited. But none of these match, right? So none of this or any of the others. She hasn't done any protesting that we can see. Nothing about riots. She's a little creepy, but it's alright. We're all allowed to be a little creepy. Let's talk to John Jimmy. In an alternate universe, he invented a sandwich franchise. But here he's a park ranger. He hates to leave his hometown, which makes it really hard to get to the park. He likes to visit harbors. Not a lot of those in Greeley. He's constantly playing air guitar, and he believes in magic. Mostly in a young girl's heart, but also on stage. So here we go. Unlawful protest. That's absolutely one of the things that we're supposed to flag. Boom. Unlawful protest. He also received stolen property. Well, I don't even feel bad about ratting him out anymore. We got a donation to the Neo-Texas Trust. So we do have that connection there. And it is just enough. So, problem is, I don't know what to link it to. Can we just link it to itself? Deep link. See, it's a donation. Oh, we received. He received a donation from the Neo-Texas Trust. That's even stranger than sending it. He did send a loan to A. Bacchus, but they're exactly the same amount. They're funneling funds. So we'll do this. Look at that. You, sir, are going to federal pound me in the ass prison. Yes, he did, Sealy Bob. Dude is laundering monies. Boo knows. Patricia Neal. All right, Patty, give us all your secrets. She is a council person from a traditionally wealthy family. I know that we've seen her before because I remember that she was a possible sociopath and an atheist who pretends to be Baptist. She was one of the ones who was cleared when we were looking at Roger Morecambe earlier. Well, seems somebody has it out for her because we need to keep looking at Patty. Let's see here. Patty has a bump stock. You can't have that anymore. She's driving under the influence and driving under the influence. That's 2 DUIs. Lady, you are in real deep shit. So political donation to the Rhombus group. That's not one of the groups that we care about. And then a consulting fee to G. Millsap. None of these. She hasn't sent enough money to trigger. Who the hell is this Floridian Independence Party? From what I can tell, they're a bunch of Yahoo losers, but I can't afford to take them lightly. We need to get rid of them before they step on my votes. So she's fine, man. She did not make a payment in that amount, and she is not cool with them. We're going to mark her as safe. Bo, you should watch this really cool movie called Office Space. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's by this little-known director named Mike Judge, and it's really funny. It's one of the jokes in that. So you should watch it, and you should let me know if you like it. So, let's take a look at Dennis Dennis, the man so nice they named him twice. He is a motor racer making $1.4 million. Now, his wife died of a stroke. He graduated from Polk State College. He likes universally loved things like pumpkin spice latte, but considers himself unique. And he frequently exaggerates stories, but not really. They actually happened that way. You just think that's the case. So he was charged with mislabeling food. He told people it was a sandwich. It was actually a bucket of razor blades. So extortion, and he incited a riot. That's the same thing as attending a riot, right? Let's go ahead and mark it. Boom. Attendance at a riot. And then a donation to Don't Tread on Me. No, that's not it. Income payment, Fortnite, pay slip. No. Wow, he does do pretty good, though, doesn't he? And then an investment fee for small government media holdings. Well, here we go. You're a threat, sir. Boo. You love us, but you can't make statements like you take an exception to pound me in the ass prison when you know it's a joke in the movie that you referenced earlier in the stream, buddy. Now, I know you're not really angry. I do know some people that would be really angry, but I know you got more chill than that. So we got Piet Paul here. He enjoys helping underdogs, and he suffers from high cholesterol because he keeps eating all those underdogs. Underdogs are his name for hot dogs that you eat when nobody's around. He picks his teeth compulsively, and he only wears new shoes, which is why his salary is so incredibly low. It's not taking into account his shoe budget. Let's see here. There was a transaction from Metcalf Industries. That's not one of the ones, but it's in the right amount of range, so let's take a look and see anyone else here. Oh! Do we have the Virginia Liberation Front homepage and the Southern Reunification Renaissance? We do. Link these two. You're going to jail. All right, one last person. Patricia Alvarez in Melbourne, Florida. I believe Melbourne was where our last boss was from, the one who got fired. Patricia is a void agent. Interesting. She places cups upside down in cupboards, which is great for keeping dust and spiders out of them. She does not use deodorant, which is great for keeping dust and spiders out of your armpits. She frequently coughs up phlegms, and she is a human thesaurus, or as she likes to call herself, a person lexicon. Oh, look at this. Redacted. 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 Oh, fuck. Somebody's in here doing shit. Redacted, 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 redacted. We haven't seen ourselves yet. We ran into a friend at one point in time. Turned out that they were okay, but it was concerning. We were given the opportunity to spy on our own family twice. Once, we checked on our sister and found out that she owed some money. We told her that we would be there for her, but we didn't reveal that we knew that she was hurting for money. And another time, we were offered the chance to search for our cousin during a hurricane, and we figured, you know, she's a smart girl, she'll be fine, we're not going to abuse our records, and we were right to not do so. So this is interesting. I kind of want to flag her, because this is crazy. Unfortunately, I can't do it. I don't have the right threat level to do it, and I don't know how to activate the override abilities. In midstream. Can we save things to our vault now? Yeah, we kind of can. Didn't realize our strong vault was still active. I'm real curious what the fuck a void agent is. But I gotta tell you, getting started in this is potentially really fucking dangerous. Can we search on this with assay? Fuck yes, she's a spook. Alright, so we're just gonna leave it for now. She's fine. We did keep some stuff in our safe box. I'm curious if that'll do anything for us later. I think you're thinking of Void Engineers, TR Jack. Let's see here. How did we do? One incorrect evidence. So we're not doing as good as we used to do. It's a little harder now, but that's okay. Let's see what's going on here. No missed evidence, no missed evidence. No missed evidence. Dennis was threat, and I was wrong. Because apparently inciting a riot is not the same thing as was present at a riot. The actual thing it said was attendance at a riot. This one is inciting a riot. I beg to differ with you, RNG. I beg to differ with you. I'm right, and you're a fucking bug. Anyhow, finish review. We're fine. We're still going to make our money. We're still going to do our compliance. So no big deal. Give me the monies. Sweet. Patricia Alvarez was removed from the suspect pool. You bet she was. She's not even a real person. Uh-oh, Dennis is being surveilled. John Jimmy, his accountant, was brought in for questioning. Patricia Neal, once again. Oh, and Bridget Lang. Old double-jointed herself. Hey, what's the deal with Peeper? What is he? He? It? Boss? I think I have a lead. That's great, Michael, but it's Brian. And we had a thing pop up over here. According to this, the accountant transferred money to the Neo Texas Trust, or Morecambe's founder is connected to a group in Texas, or the Cloud Dweller is in Texas. That seems like it's really on top of it. Let's try this one right here. Do you think that might be a stretch? Not to criticize it, of course. Every idea is a valid idea. It's a load of rubbish. Neo Texas a threat? They're just a bunch of yahoos. This is a strong lead, and we should pursue it. What do you know? You're fresh off the bus. I know these guys, and they've always been nobodies. Calvin does have a point. Perhaps we should just let this sit for now and explore other options. Excellent decision, Brian. As always. Ha! Ha ha ha! Thank you very much, Calvin. Hard luck, Slick. Guess you're not always right. You know we'll be following that up on our own, don't you? Dennis Zook. What do you want to bet that he is related to our landlord in some way? You are Michael. Yes? Who's this? I have proposition. You know what? Go ahead. Very good. I won't pay you for information. You work for Snow Owl and Tripwire for cashews. You mean peanuts? Yes, those nuts also. I let you sell data to my clients. I take cut, everybody happy. Sounds too good to be true. Danny see that a lot. I be pal and unlock names for you, my buddy. And you see how good it can be. And then he says something what appears to be a Cyrillic written language. I don't even know how he speaks Cyrillic since the languages are more properly things like Russian, Ukrainian. See you soon, boss. Great. So now we have another person that we have to keep happy? God fucking damn it. So, monitor sports figures for early data about player injuries and trade moves. We have friends who owe us a favor in exchange for this information, revealing that the DOL is spying up below sports figures will help target the public against the department. Or, this is betting man's wet dream. Not even Vegas know these things. Dynamo Dennis 69 giggity. Crap. This is too many people. What? Ugh. Great. They give you one super cool program on your computer, and the next thing you know, you're ratting everybody out to the Russian mob. Alright, so we're looking for confirmed injuries, payments to A. White, B. Stein, or H. Franco. Great. Alright, well, let's do it. Straight to Vegas. Alright, tell us about Liam. Does he play for the Golden Knights? He is a head football coach making $1.2 million per year. No, sorry. $1.9 million. Better than I thought. He frequently corrects others' grammars. Actually. He turns every conversation into a religious debate. Jesus liked it when people came to the temple and sold things. He donates blood wherever possible, and he is very guarded about personal matters. Wow, lovely. So just break it to me gently. How's Golovan's knee looking? Good news, actually. She'll be just fine for Saturday. You're a miracle worker. Okay. So he's taken out a loan. Bill account. Agent fee H. Blanco. That was not what. H. Franco. Okay. So we do have a thing about a confirmed injury. But they're going to be okay. So I don't think that counts. Now, it would be very useful for betting, right? You tell that somebody's knee is going to be okay, then that means they're coming in, which can change the odds. But we're just going to leave it alone for now. Let's take a look at the others and see if they're any better. How about old Gabrielle Schubert? She has a user-requested profile. I believe this is one of the names unlocked. So, General Sports Manager. She makes 1.5. Not fielding any questions about trades, so you can give up, buddy. All my collars are completely normal size. Find a new slant. We've got an agent fee to old B. Stein right here. Cool. $250,000. Gonna go ahead and flag that. Cool $250,000. Alright, well, we're done with this for now. And Kevin Knight out of Houston is a baseball player. Is that Oilers? He's a horrific snorer, has a history of drug use, a chronic procrastinator. He makes $12.7 million, by far the richest person that we've seen here, and he once disappeared for 11 years. Turned out he just couldn't find anywhere to sell him a pack of smokes. Yeah, he hasn't threatened me yet. That's true. I'm sure he will eventually. Also interesting, I still have the thing that I had in the strongbox disappeared. Never mind. Don't worry, Coach. I'll be there. I could break my leg and wouldn't miss a team meeting. He's got an endorsement advance from A. White. But that is a receipt, not two. He made a car payment to the LaRusso Auto Group, so he bought himself a really nice sports car to start off there. But, no, none of the rest of it. His closing balance? Pretty good. None of you have that much in your bank account. I know, I checked. How about Gur-Ann? Gur-Ann is another General Sports Manager, second richest person we've come across. She's making bank at $6 million a year. She's got a problem with commitment, though. She cannot ride a bike. She likes to visit harbors, all those Louisville, Kentucky harbors, and she dresses pretty sharply. If you can call a collared shirt underneath a sweater sharply. Maybe you can. Maybe that's sufficiently matronly. So, do you want jalapenos on your pizza? Only if there's anchovies too, so no jalapenos then. So news out of our camp's great. Medical staff just told me that David's cruciate ligament is completely torn. This is going to get out in no time, and we have to stay ahead of it. We're just going to go ahead and take that. Who? Who's cross-eyed? She is not cross-eyed. Oh, now Sealy Bob's going to tell us there's something wrong with pineapple. Are you going to tell us that Hawaiian pizza is un-American? All right, so we managed to find two things. That's two things that we can sell. So do we want to hurt or not? Like, I feel like we can probably let this slip a little bit. We have friends who owe us a favor in exchange for this information. So let's go ahead and sell some data. All right, so the bank. He does pay better. He pays what they pay together. So let's send... If we can get these two up to 6, then that will put the relationship for Seb at 7, and then we're pretty even across the board. All right. Revealing that the DOL filing will help turn the public against the department. See, I don't want to do that, though. Let's do this. Let's send this to Snow Owl. I like how it says we can't sell it again. Trust me, bitch. when you sell information, you want to sell it to as many people as possible, as close as possible together. Or you make sure they pay you plenty to never show it to anybody else again. All right, and then we'll sell this one to them. That's the one about the injury. So that should work. So we are up to 153 bitcoins, almost $500 worth of bitcoins. All right, we're done. So to the diner. So how was your day? Kind of a disaster? Interesting? Great? Let's say it was kind of a disaster. Oh, if we say kind of a disaster, she's going to want to get in on it. She'll ask us what helped, and we can maybe say that somebody showed us up. Let's try that. Oh, really? What happened? I'd better not. Oh, just the usual. Sorry. It's been ages. Where do you work now? You know, a boring government job. Nothing exciting like you. Oh, please. Most of it's just writing glorified lists. So she works for BuzzFeed. And sometimes you do get to do something worthwhile. Oh, look who it is. Michael, this is my coworker, Daniel. Hey, good to meet you. I heard a lot about you. That sounds ominous. Only if you got something worth writing about. Dan and I are actually writing a piece together right now. Cool, what's it about? We're covering the growth of surveillance in D.C. It's kind of a technical, so it'd probably bore the ass off you. No, I'm all ears. We're gonna have to have this guy killed. I'm just saying. He's gonna have to die. Cutting to the chase, another person has disappeared in Minnesota. A young man, age 20 this time. We need to look at suspects from the FCB shortlist and identify the friendly killer. Our long-term tech partner, Republica, has given us access to their database of relationship histories. Hopefully, it will help in your search. A life is at stake. Good luck. Ha ha! Alright, you know what? Hey, buddy. Hey, Michael. How was your weekend? It was good, Peeper. It was good. All right, let's look at the news here. In conflict between U.S. intelligence agencies, Germany phases out nuclear power. Matt Korda open offices in China. The Pan-Arabian Mars mission on track. That would be cool. And a new male contraceptive pill hits the market. Also would be very cool. All right, let's get signed in here. Michael Knight with our cool cyan tie. So, we now have the program Liaison. Compilation of dating and romantic history, including the basic nature and details of those relationships. Now, we can send an agent, but we have to have level 2 black sheep suspicion required. This power will not be actioned if requested incorrectly. Orders a Department of Liberty agent to travel to the suspect's location and investigate them further. Project Envoy. So, we could maybe get this Dennis dude out of our life? Also, if we hit level 3, we can alert the Department of Liberty and other law enforcement to arrest the subject. So we're going to try and catch this dude tonight. Identify which of the suspects is the friendly killer. We must have 3 suspicion points. We're going to catch a crook. The DOL must locate the latest missing person, and without access to the crime scene, our best option is to identify the friendly killer. You'll be dealing with a new mission structure here, with 2 pools of profiles, suspects and victims. Victims are marked as deceased, and you will not need to use powers on them. To identify the killer, use the new linking tool Deep Link to connect the evidence and suspect profiles to those of the 3 most recent victims. To connect evidence, place evidence from victim profiles in your Strongbox using Midstream. Open murder suspect profile, and then link Strongbox evidence to the relevant data on the suspect profile. By process of elimination, the suspects with the most connections will be the friendly killer. So here's the rules, and it's a lot, but some of them are pretty basic. History of abused animals, history of violent crimes. They have to have had contact with each other. They have to have traded money. They have to have had some sort of relationship. And there has to be a history of cyber crimes. Let's catch a killer. And let's make sure it's that one dick that I don't like. All right, so down in Texas, Maria Carew. She's deceased. She's a victim. She claims to know their languages, but doesn't. She has mounting personal debt, obnoxious laughter, and once dropped out of college. Let's see what we've got here. B. Potts, type obsessive. It's the only person so far. R. Fry, 36 Cross Street. Meet you there. Can't wait. Me either. You're very special to me. You know that. Online consultant fee mystics. Okay, so we've kind of taken a look to see what this is. So we don't really need to use powers on her. We will at some point in time, but right now, Lead, South Dakota. He rarely double checks. He rarely washes hands after using the bathroom. Gross. He collects geodes as a keen photographer. Although I will say, if you've ever been to a sporting event and the bathroom is grosser than whatever the hell is in your pants, you're justified. You probably should still use some Purell or something like that. But if your hands are going to get dirtier by using the filthy fucking stadium bathroom, then, you know, shake it and leave. Alright, so what's going on with Nate Golden here? Jay Mills. Received a gift from Jay Hogart. Internet bills. Balance, nothing. He failed to control a dangerous animal. Disability, placard misuse, heroin trafficking, battery on a spouse. Alright, so battery on a spouse. Definitely an interesting thing. So we should be able to actually, like... We should be able to leave. Because if we come in here, how could we possibly identify somebody if we selected the right person to start? This is potentially really weird. I don't think this is him because I don't think he has all three. So failing to control a dangerous animal is probably not animal abuse. He does have a history of violent crimes, so let's go ahead and flag that. Heroin trafficking, nothing about drugs. Relationship history is only with one person. That seems unlikely. Really? Can I just, like, go back? Can I just close it? You can just close them. I never saw that little X until now. Okay, good to know. Alright, so let's look at Maria once again. Maria had a relationship history with B. Potts. Is B. Potts... Hey, stop. Is B. Potts one of the people out here? We've got Jenna Hogart, Terry Aguirre, Rachel Mills, Henrietta Potts. So it's not necessarily one of these people that we can look at. We may just have to have three of them linked. Or it's not necessarily has anything to do with Maria Carew. Let's go take a look at Henrietta Potts. She looks startled. And it could, Sealy Bob, but last time I tried to think too much about one of those, it turned out not to be the case. So Henrietta is a traffic coordinator. She avidly collects tarot cards. She has an uncontrollable nervous twitch. You can see it in this photo here. She leaves taps dripping and has psychotic tendencies. So, interestingly enough, she is cruel to dogs. Driving without her license? No. Disturbing a religious meeting? Maybe, maybe not. Hard to say. had a loan to R. Mills. So far, nobody showed up multiple times on any of these things. So, here, let's go ahead and quit out of that. Out of curiosity, let's see if it keeps the flagged records. So I want to go ahead and select Henrietta again. And then show me her criminal records. Is it still flagged? Yes, it is. Nice. We've been through all this time. Did not see that. So, good to know. Now we really can hop in and out of things. Alright, so G. Golden. Type was controlled. Loan to H. Potts. N. Gordon. Want to go to the movies tonight? You must not have seen it. Had fun anyway. So, H. Potts, N. Gordon. N. Gordon, not the same thing as G. Golden. Probably not her. How about Rita Fry here? Chronic procrastinator devoted to pets, paranoid about anyone they speak to, and has an extremely small personal bubble. Alright. If we take a look here. Bribery, eavesdropping, contempt of court, cruelty to livestock. We'll go ahead and start there. That is the history of animal abuse. None of these appear to be crimes related. None of them are cyber crimes. A gift to M. Carew. I think we would have to see a relationship person and money at the same time. J. Hogarth, toxic. Wow, they look an awful lot alike, don't they? But none of the things that... Nothing here matches a person over here. So I don't think that's the case. They weren't victim. So let's go ahead and close this. A lot of animal cruelty here. And don't just tell me it was only livestock. Yeah, we're looking for the money trail. If we can't find that, we'll do the happy trail. So J. Mills. Gift to J. Hogarth. So we're looking for a J. Hogarth or a J. Mills. Do we have a J. Hogarth or a J. Mills out here? We do have a Jenna Hogarth, and I feel like we've seen her before over here with Rita Fry. Let's investigate Jenna Hogarth. She's deceased. So she had a relationship with R. Fry where she was controlled. She sent a gift to N. Golden. R. Fry, I'm so excited to finally meet. I know, me too. You're very special to me. Do you know that? I feel the same way. N. Golden and T. Gary. So Nate Golden. That explains why all these are talking to each other. Rachel Mills. Henrietta Potts. It's somewhere here in this triangle. They've got a triangle going on. You're yelling about but had to pee. Alright. Now, if we're looking at these, we have to find the animal abuse. They won't necessarily have everything. They just need 3 of these. So had contact with victim. Victim had contact with suspect. Received money from the victim, and the victim sent money to the suspect. So, this, Golden's a real thing. They not necessarily have a relationship. Do we have a history of cyber crimes? I feel like we don't. Okay. So, we need to go to Hogarth, and we need to get something about the contact. So let's go find Hogarth again. Jenna Hogarth. Deceased. There we go. we're going to start by using midstream to take this. A gift was sent to Engolden. It's really the only thing that she did. Now, there may be multiple people that are linked to him with different things, and that's probably the case. So, I'm thinking right now it's probably Nate. Not real sure how it would work out that it's Nate, but I think it's gonna go. So, here's the gift. So, let's link this gift to this receipt. And we will say... Suspect received money from the victim. She was the victim because she's dead. So there we are. That's 2. I mean, it may be possible that we actually have to send an agent, because they said that we can send an agent to follow up on somebody, but I don't know what happens at that point in time. Like, I don't know if that's the end of it or not. So let's go see if we can find anything out about Jay Mills. That's the last one that we would need if that's the case. Is Jay Mills one of our people? Maria, Henrietta, Rachel Mills, Jenna Hogart. Let's go look at Rachel again. We're pretty much looking for anything that has to do with Nate Golden at this point in time. So she's lonely. In Gordon, nope. G Golden. So no, she is dead, but her stuff doesn't really contribute. How about Terry? We haven't really looked at anything with Terry. He's a magistrate's clerk. He believes he's haunted. He covers the toilet seat with toilet paper, enjoys candy, and loves bumper stickers. So if we look at Terry here... Oh, here we go. We got a cyber stalking. DUIs. Child endangerment? Is that one of them? We don't know if it's violent or not. It could be, but we don't know. Wow. So, Jay Hogart. We got a relationship here. Hogart and Tia Guire had a relationship with each other. So it could be this guy too. Let's go back to Hogart. She was cheated on. Man. I mean, I know she's dead, but I'm just saying, she did not have a good time. You would stop the scrolling, it's annoying. Okay. Alright, so, back to this fella here. Relationships. We're gonna link there. There. And they had a relationship with each other. Okay. If we can get one more on him, then he's toast. Alright, so funds. Literally not anybody. So F. Morgan, S. Morgan, P. Morgan. It's got a thing for the Morgans, right? SFP Morgan. Do we have those for any of those? Rita. No Morgans. No Morgans. Alright, so let's see what happens. If we come in here and click on Nate, we have 2 suspicion points on him. If we click on this for powers, I don't want threat. There we go. Next power. Send agent. I guess that means they can go investigate him? It explains why we can bypass. I just noticed that the errors were clicked. Do we think it's worth trying to send the agent? Let's try it. Let's see if we get more data. I want more data on this guy. Victim had contact with... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so that's kind of a problem. We may have screwed up. Let's keep looking around. I think we need to go ahead and link these people too. So they knew each other, and I haven't linked them yet. So back to Hogard again. I mean, seriously, nothing has ever worked out for Hogard, it looks like. So, and she's dead now, so, you know, that's just how it goes. So let's link these two. It's a very long time ago, so it seems unlikely. But we're just going to do that. They had a relationship with the victim. There we go. Alright, what do we have for payments? A gift to M. Carew. Seems unlikely. Bribery, eavesdropping, contempt. She has the cruelty to livestock, too. We really need the third one. I hesitate to, like, send an agent to each of them. I'm really hoping that we can find it. I actually think there's a chance that we screwed up by sending the agent to Golden, but I wanted to test it. We know it'll just make us play the day again if we fail. Let's look at Henrietta Potts again. She's still alive. She had the cruelty to animals. She's got a loan to R. Mills. Kim, Dwan, Muhammad, Fukumoto. None of these people out there. Well, oh. R. Mills, Rachel Mills, right? We'd kind of dismissed her a little bit, but she sent a loan. We're going to go ahead and capture that. May have nothing to do with this little triangle. It may be Henrietta Potts. So that's 2. So we found 2 and 2 and 2 pretty much. She also has those psychotic tendencies, you know what I mean? Alright, so what do you guys think? Trying to think. We've got a whole lot of 2s. The person in Texas is Maria Carew. She is dead. She was gonna meet an R. Fry, a gift to R. Fry. Good call. Because R. Fry was another person that was out there, so we'll grab that. So a gift to R. Fry. So it's looking like it's R. Fry, isn't it? Let's go over here. Rita Fry Dickinson. If we bring this up, M. Carew right here. So let's go ahead and link. Received money. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Rita. Yeah, Rita. Let's do it. Let's send someone to arrest her. Boom. Okay. So there are a few that we still need to look at, apparently. Old Jenna. She's deceased. No required. No power required. We've got Terry with 2. You know what? Let's send an agent. I want to do some of these send agent things. There's some scary stuff that's going on there. Let's cover it all. Rachel, she's dead, so that's fine. Henrietta, I believe she had 2 strikes as well. Yep. So let's send an agent there too. Alright, I've completed the assignment. See my report attached. 4 of 4 suspects processed. Helper suspects, no decision. I guess I could have marked people as dangerous, and instead I marked all of them to send agents. Let's see what happens. Did we get our woman? Suspicious evidence found. Yes. Evidence incorrectly marked. None. Appropriate decisions. Yes. Nate Golden was marked as send agent. So basically, we don't have to send agent. Or actually, we have to send agent. What it's saying is if you've got 1, you can mark them as dangers. If you've got 2, we have to flag them for additional surveillance. If we've got 3 strikes, we need to send people to arrest them. So, I think that's what that's teaching us. Rita Fry was marked as arrest, and I was right. She even looked like one of her people, one of her victims. Listen to that dinner bell ring. We got $100. Be sweet. You go and you catch a killer, and your boss comes in and slides a smooth, crisp $100 bill across the desk to you with a meaningful wink. You meet him in the bathroom stall later and celebrate. Police visited and questioned. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing out of the ordinary. Visited home. She's gone. She destroyed any electronic devices connected to her. Ho 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 ho. Yes. Well done, team. We've identified our man. Our man is a woman. Or woman, as the case seems to be. Ha ha! So, how quickly can we track her down? There will be no tracking down. Hey, look, Meredith Crane. I told you the director's name was Crane. What do you mean? Even if we could find the murderer, which is unlikely, the DOL cannot legally make the arrest right now. If we release this information, the FCB will take every ounce of the credit. I understand, ma'am, that will jeopardize our position. Exactly. A pleasure to see someone with a level head. This decision is unilateral. Good work today, all. See you tomorrow. So, yeah, it is more important to her to be right than to save somebody's life. Why is she a chick with a dick? It's not Einhorn. Finkel and Einhorn. Einhorn and Finkel. Oh, talk about the kind of punchline that wouldn't work today. So, we're at home. We've got a call from Seb. Another job from the director for you, mon amour. Is it as earth-shatteringly important as last time? Actually, yes. Director Crane wants you to look at the school again. The drugs are still there, so she thinks you missed something. Maybe missing a few things. Ugh. This is getting hard to keep everybody up, especially when she's like, we can use this to strike a blow against Director Crane. Although, I'm actually okay with maybe on Director Crane a little bit. She's more interested in protecting her reputation and that of the department than she is about saving people from a serial killer. Dirty secret of DOL director? Perfect for the blackmail. We're almost certainly going to have to give to Director Crane, but we'll probably still wind up passing some up to fat Christians later. So, identify any remaining drug trafficking at St. Augustine's. A. Mark, C. Christian, P. Vilderama, and cocaine. I'm on a plane with cocaine, and yes, I'm all lit up again. Yeah, alright, so Alberto Viola. He's constantly humming. It's because he's a musical instrument in disguise. Obsessed with how he's perceived. Please see me as a human man. He conceives great comebacks hours too late, and he never removes the tags from clothes. Ah, knows Bivildarama. He was abused by her. Feeling dead ass over school at the moment. That party was crazy. Never seen a yacht capsize before. Shout out to Christian C for hooking us up last night. Tight, bro. Alright, so Christian C. Is C Christian, do we think? Probably not. But P. Wilderama? B. Vilderama? No. We'll come back and look. I'll be back. Alright, let's look at Kevin O'Sullivan. Jesus, Kevin. Stop drooling. With a strong belief in horoscope, argues with those who already agree with him, which I fucking hate. And absent-mindedly touches his own genitals, which is leagues better than absent-mindedly touching other people's genitals. Damn, did you hear what's happened? Yeah, it's crazy. Where am I gonna get decent shit now? And then there's A. Marks. But A. Marks is not this A. Mark. So, skip it. How about Pascal Rizzo? Pascale Rizzo. He was incorrectly accused of internet fraud. He's a fair-weather fan of the Tampa Bay Lightning, which, to be fair, is the only kind of fan that Tampa Bay has. He avidly watches Inside the NBA, and he owns multiple tracksuits. He may be Russian. Is an orange even a fruit? Yeah, but isn't it like a vegetable? No, you're thinking of tomatoes. Nah, they're a nut. Man, you're a nut. He has a passionate relationship with B. Christian, but that's not who we're looking for. Keep investigating. I guess we'll have to actually look at Marcus Crane, of all people. He's in a toxic relationship with A. Marks. What? No. What? Also, yo, let everyone know that just because he's gone, the show's not over. Damn, you still got his hookup? Hee hee. More than you know. So I think there's a really good chance that C. Christian is the same as Christian C. Nope, not that person. Who was it? And so I'm tempted to flag it. We haven't passed off bad information yet. But I really think there's a good chance that shout out to Christian C for hooking us up last night is the same as C. Christian. It's probably not Christian, no. But I'm just wondering if he's saying it backwards. I don't know. Otherwise, we've only got one piece of evidence, and if that's the case, we kind of need to sell it to the Resistance. And I was really hoping that we could actually wind up with a couple so that we could still sell one to the boss lady. But I guess they're doing all right. Maybe if we just turn a blind eye. If we give it to her and we don't help Crane out, there's a good chance that she'll be pissed and think that we weren't working our hardest, but we might be able to get her kicked out. This is probably me thinking too much about it again. There's no P. Wilderama anywhere. There's no mention of cocaine. C. Christian, not necessarily Christian C. Yeah, I agree, TR Jack. Who knows? I guess we'll just leave it. We'll just deal with the one piece that we have. Now we've got to decide who that we want to sell to. I think we're going to have to sell it to the Resistance, frankly. And I'm not terribly torn up about it, because this lady prioritizes in ways that I don't agree with. I just wish I could both be a loyal worker and sneak that evidence over there. So let's sell the data. We really probably do need to sell it to the Resistance, if for no other reason than we need to keep our relationship up with them. So, boom, sold it. Okay. The only other thing I can think of is if we really want to go for C. Christian. Kid's definitely a problem. That guy's such an idiot. Such an idiot. Tomatoes are nuts, y'all. They're nuts. Alright, let's just pass on it. Let's see what happens here. I wouldn't let Calvin get you too down. It's just who he is. Bit of a jerk at times, but generally an excellent agent. But does that make him right? Oh, I agree with you about Neo-Texas. But the prevailing view in the department is that separatist groups are all flash and no fury. And his daddy is my boss, so... And what about the serial killer? Am I crazy to think that's wrong? Well, look at it this way. The FCB let this psycho get away with all these murders for this long. If they get the glory for catching her, is that justice? And then they'll be in charge next time some wacko with mommy issues picks up a meat axe. You want my advice, kid? Look out for yourself. If you don't want to be pushed around, then don't. Take what you can, as long as you leave enough for your country. That's what we've always been about. That is unerringly accurate. And that's why we're as efficient as we are. Look out for yourself. Make sure to do just enough to get by. All right, February the 6th. Mondays. I hate Mondays. As everybody's probably heard, we've had our issues with links. I guess the FCB wasn't that happy about us borrowing their files. Well, anyway, I've had very clear directions. We're putting everything else on hold until we find these sources. Just be sure to use your midstream and deep link tools to make a direct connection between our agent and anyone they might be giving data to. We don't want to come up short. Hey, you remember the guy who went missing? Yeah, of course I remember. What happened? All right. Just checking. Like, we forgot? That's all she was going to say? Hey, Peeper. All right, so Sudan clashes with Egypt over water supply, increased solar plane investment, acoustic earthquake shield successful, 10% of everyone wearing internet-connected eyewear. Oh, that's going to be great for people like us. And friendly killer identified. All right, so we got to be real careful, man. Real careful. They're looking for leaks. And we've got a lot of unofficial shit that we're doing. A lot of unofficial shit. Here we are. Alert. Black Sheep suspicion required 1. Mark suspect as guilty or a potential risk and is referred to agents at a higher security clearance level. Do you think that we might get a chance to report on the guy that we don't like? Oh, who knows? Ha 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 ha. So identify the connections between DOL agents and external security threats. Let's do it. Let's go back to work. DOL security has been flimsy recently, with too many links to the dark web traders and rival intelligence agencies. Yep, that sounds about like us. Compare the profiles of data brokers and FBI spies with some of those of DOL agents who are under suspicion. Identify any transactions or past relationships that suggest our employees have had unsavory and dangerous connections. So we're looking for 4 suspects and potentially some helper suspects. So we are looking for relationships with security risks, security risk relationships with agents, money transfers, and discussing the possibility of being caught. One of the things that we haven't done for a while, though, is gotten our money back out of that program. So it may not be so bad, but we need to keep in mind that they may be investigating us, too. You're absolutely right, TR Jack. So let's take a look here. Kim Grosso, Tucson, Arizona. She's a CIO agent. She often trails off, and she lives vicariously through relatives, has an imaginary friend, and cheated at school. All right, so let's take a look here. Services, Sophocles Tours. That's really the only other thing that looks like it. And then the E. Kremerick and J. Sims. Has an extremely intimate and largely unhappy. Okay, well. Let's take a look at Chris Dale here. Chris Dale is a dark web trader. He obsessively washes bedclothes. He owns the patent to an electric shirt. He only writes with his right hand, because what kind of loser only uses one hand to do that? And he used to be deaf, but got better. Loan principal. Transfer to M to Jesus. He's got links to S. Manzoor, L. Hanzi, Deli, P. Fernandez, and L. Marcello. Well, there's M to Jesus right there. Esther! Esther! Our buddy across the desk! Oh no. Alright, let's take a look at Max here. Max, that is an unfortunate haircut there, buddy. I really feel like maybe the algorithm that generates these faces did a bad job layering here. He's an expert hair braider, okay? Or maybe not. Maybe he's got it all pulled back into a top knot. He possesses several hidden piercings. He was stabbed in the foot, and he's paranoid. No, I can't blame him there. So we got to transfer to K. Dale. A loan repayment. I'm not sure why you'd want this data, but now you have clearance. I'll gather it and shoot it over tomorrow. And then a relationship, a resentful relationship with J. Sims. So David Ziegler and K. Dale. David Ziegler. Was David Ziegler one of these? No. But let's go over here to Chris Dale real quick. What I want to do is grab this right here. We're just going to midstream that. Perfect. We'll come over here to Max. Alright, so we're looking for... Just going to link that. That is money transfers. Boom. Okay, so that's an important thing to pay attention to. Relationship history, Jay Sims, and David Ziegler. But we know that there's nothing about David Ziegler. But let's take a look at Jay Sims here. What is Jay Sims? Jay Sims is another DOL agent, so maybe not such a big deal. She keeps a journal. She zones out easily when listening to others. She wears pajamas as often as possible and overshares with strangers. So, how's the new relationship? Honestly, it's been incredible. That's awesome, Jamie. So why haven't we been introduced yet? It's complicated. So, yeah, it's complicated because you're co-workers. Also had an extremely intimate relationship with Kay Grosso. Wow, so she's got a history of dating her co-workers. She's also sent a little bit of money to Kay Grosso and money to Sophocles Tours again. That's the second time that we've seen something on Sophocles Tours. Kim Grosso also sent money to Sophocles Tours. Now, if we look here, not security risks, right? These were agents. Oh no, I'm wrong. She's a CIO agent. She's not a DOL agent, she's a CIO agent. She's the security risk. Well, they had a relationship, all right. Let's go ahead and midstream it. And they both paid money to the same place, Sophocles Tours. I feel like there's a good chance that they're getting extorted. So let's head back over here to Jamie. Jamie, baby. Oh, we should have also gotten the bank account. Okay, so Kim. They had a relationship. Back to that bank account here. Interestingly enough, there's actually nothing here that indicates Jay Sims. Like the other side of it doesn't seem to be there. See, here's the transfer to Kay Grosso, 260.45. If we come back over here, is there one for 260.45? There's not. So we can't select that. That's just going to be what it is. All right, that's fine. So if we look at the messages, is it's complicated part of being caught? I don't think so. All right, let's take a look at some other people. What do we got here? Aubrey Fish. Aubrey's an FCB agent, all-American hero that he is. He's fascinated by the supernatural. He's terrified of Friday the 13th, hockey masks, and machetes. He travels to the Barbados often, frequently returning with voodoo dolls, and he carefully checks money for counterfeits, which is probably a pretty good idea anyway. B. Nestor. Helium transfer to C. Dell, and A. Nestor. If I recall right, let's go ahead and clip this. I can't remember if C. Dale was a person, but I'm pretty sure A. Nestor was. We got an Alex Nestor and no J. Dale. So Alex Nestor, DOL agent. Here's where he received a transfer from Aubrey Fish. $50,000, that's a lot. He's got two different fishes, too. Mortgage repayment, fortnight. His wife, C. Dale, died. Flies or mosquitoes? Mosquitoes. Really? I mean, I can get malaria, but at least I can swat them. Flies are dissolved to be disgusting when you squish them. No, you're not wrong. You know, he hates to leave his hometown because he loses his keys out there. He is disgusted by insects. In fact, that actually tracks. And he loves chicken on pizza. And chicken pizza's pretty good. Chicken pizza's pretty good. So, K-Dale is not the same as C-Dale, although it's possible that they could somehow be related. Do you know a C-Dale? Did you ever have a relationship with a C-Dale? You did not. Okay. I guess it's time to check out Esther. Hey, Esther. 29, DOL agent, conspiracy theory enthusiast, lives alone, masks vulnerabilities with sarcastic facade, and she's an orphan. She's got a romantic relationship with a fish. Conspiracy Theory Monthly. And a performance fee at the Chuckle Hut. Mortgage repayment, loan repayment. A fish. That's F-I-S-C-H-E. So what's interesting is we've got a fish here. If we come back over to, I think it was Nestor. Also a fish. He's repaying, or a loan is being repaid to him. How interesting. Okay, so I think we've done everything that we need to do, really. But let's run through here real quick. Kim is linked to Jay Sims. They used to be in a relationship with each other. Interestingly enough, technically she received some funds, but we can't link it because the other half doesn't really exist. Like, there's no record of it at all on hers. So, if we come over here to Chris. Bank records. Transfer to M to Jesus, nobody else. Or M to Jesus. There is no Manzor, Hanzelli, Fernandez, or Marcello anywhere. So that should be enough of that. Aubrey. Aubrey's paying Nestor 50 grand. So Max, I know you were stabbed in the foot, but... So we're looking at just one, really. So... Come over here, we're going to use powers. All we can really do is alert. So that's fine. Maybe look at Jamie. Jamie had the relationship previously. This transfer is important, but there's something here because of the Sophocles tours. I just don't know what it is yet. She makes $58,000 a year, and she sent $17,000 on to Sophocles tours. But I don't have anything I can link it to here. Nobody discusses really the possibility of being caught. The closest that we get there is here, where she says that it's complicated. And I feel like that's slightly too ambiguous. And we can do M. de Jesus. They're in a resentful relationship right now. We've already flagged him. So he's got this transfer, of course. So let's go ahead and flag him with an alert. So, Esther. She's got nothing. So, I mean, discard. She's fine. And Jamie Sims. Jamie, you've got a security level of 1. I'm gonna go ahead and flag you on an alert, too. So we're tightening it up. Yeah, we did look at Esther. Nothing. She subscribes to... She's in a relationship. She's lonely. She's sarcastic to cover up vulnerabilities. She's performs at the Chuckle Hut. She subscribes to Conspiracy Theory Monthly, which is the only magazine that never gets delivered because nobody who subscribes to it will give them their address. So Esther's fine. Yay! Suspicious. Alert, alert, alert. Just pay attention to these people. I'm a little surprised, honestly, that Gordo wasn't one of them. And if we look there, that means somebody's probably looking at us. You know, as you would expect. Esther was removed from the investigation. Reprimanded and removed. All records deleted. Under internal arrest. Jesus. Undergoing internal investigation, all communications frozen by the DOL. Yes, Michael? I just wanted to ask about Operation Hilltopper. Yes, go ahead. I have to know, if we'd given the FCB our information, would they have stopped that murder? Well, let's see. Would the answer make a difference to you either way? Would it? Like, yeah, it kind of would. But would we have risked the whole department and the good that they could possibly do for one person? Then I'm not sure. I really can't say for certain. Okay, well, thanks for being honest with me. Oh, very good. See you then. Ha ha! Alright, let's get out of here. Man, our phone, right? Oscar! Hey, how are you, kiddo? I'm okay, Dad. You sound kind of rough. Oh, it's nothing. Just been going on for a few months, that's all. What? Do you need to see a doctor? Oh, I already did. She referred me to a specialist. So, why haven't you gone? I am, kiddo. It's just a long line. They won't be able to see me for a few more months. Dad, what's this specialist's name? Why? Just curious. Oh, I have it here somewhere. Here we are. Dr. Melvin Principe. Thanks, Dad. We're gonna talk to... Oh, we got a message. So some little birds told me about the DOL cleaning house today. In fact, a couple of our contacts got swept up by the compliance unit. Do we have anything to be worried about? Wow, all of those look damning as fuck. If you take a look at my my messages. Like, if somebody comes in and, like, searches for me, all of those are bad. I've got it under control. Possibly I better slow down on actually leaking to you. And are you kidding? It's a miracle they didn't find me. I feel like this is the answer they want me to select based on giving me the criteria. Maybe giving the game designers too much credit, but by specifically looking for people who worried about getting caught and then asking you, do you think you're going to get caught? If so, we may ask less of you there. It's interesting, right? So, like, this is definitely appealing to, like, maybe pride's the wrong word, but it's definitely appealing to something. Like, they don't actually want you to choose these other ones. But let's just say we better slow down. Wrong. You just have to be more careful. Your concern for my well-being is overwhelming. What a bitch. Alright, I'm expecting more messages. There we go. Request profile access for skeleton key for Melvin Principe? Or not? Do we want to, like, blackmail him into, like, doing stuff with our dad or not? No. I mean, come on. You guys know what it's like to see a specialist. It's fine. The doctor probably doesn't have any real control over that. And if he does, it's just going to put somebody else out who's in the same situation. Alright, so we're looking for mentions of flaws in Kevlar X, mentions of flaws in Rudiment 3D, mentions of flaws in Drop Shadow, Huang, McLean, and Mombasa. I mean, it's true, maybe he'll play less golf, but I don't think we're going to look into it. It's fine. We'll immediately warn departments and corporations using flawed software, which is fantastic. Or any tripwires and exploits might be tripwires ticket into some seriously oppressive organizations. Or you'll find problem, people pay so they can fix or use problems. Very simple, my buddy. So, let's see how much data we can find, and then we'll decide how much we're gonna sell. Adrian. Yo, Adrian! Software consultant makes fuck all for money. He often uses an alias. He eats lunch unusually early. Lunchtime usually comes at about 8:30 for him. He likes to disgust people. His hands are always cold. And he milks the mole on his chin. So, people. Any of these people? Huang, McLean, Mombasa? No. I swear, if it's not one system fucking up, it's another. Not even one goddamn thing is going right. Who is this? Oh, sorry, wrong number. And to Bao Dai, apology, we have some news. We're experiencing some unusual hiccups with Drop Shadow, but in a few weeks everything will be fine. Honestly, it's all our fault. But the important thing is to let everybody know that it's on track. Thank you. And let's come down to Austin, Texas. Harold Koch, software engineer. He actually makes some money. He kind of looks like old Biff. Deathly phobia of social situations. If he ever met another person, he would die on the spot. He avoids seafood, he leaves hair in the plug hole, and he takes negativity to heart, that stupid fucker. Okay, so we're getting scripting errors with Rudiment 4D. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for Rudiment 3D, so no problems. Huang, McLean, not McCain, and H. Mombasa. No, fine. And let's come over here and look at Torsten Martin. Torsten Martin, software engineer, actually making fucking bank. Must work for Apple. Laughs excessively, wets the bed, habitually chews lips, and is ravenous for information. We got an email here. Oh, H. Mombasa. Is that the same? Yeah, H. Mombasa, purely sexual relationship. And then here we go. There's another one. Hey gang, just your friendly neighborhood supervisor here. Haha, no pressure, just looking for an update on Kevlar. I told the shareholders are all very interested, so it'd be good to know if you give them the good news. So what I mean is thanks in advance, keep at it. Haha. Okay, so we got 2 pieces of evidence, which is good. They need to be giving us at least 2 pieces of evidence. Now we have to figure out who we want to pay off. I'm not too worried about paying off Seb, right? They're going to warn departments and corporations. I think we'll sell them to the other 2. So, the relationship and the problems. So let's send the problem to Dennis. And let's send the relationship to Tripwire. It's important to note, none of these people are good people. And neither are we. Hey, we just got a phone call from Melvin Principe. See, we didn't even do anything. Hello? Who's this? Oh, we called him. Okay. I'd like to speak to you about a patient. Oh dear, not again. Look, I don't take calls at home. I think in this case you might make an exception. Oh no. So we called him up to harass him even though I had nothing. I don't really want to do this. So now we just have to take a guess. The only thing I can think of is dissection videos. But look, that's probably potentially medical. Dodgy diploma, if that's the case, you don't want your dad going there anyway. And porn obsession, it's just porn. What do you guys think? What are we going to do? Dissection videos, dodgy diploma, or porn obsession? It is a purely random chance here. We can't back out of it. We can't cancel it. I need you guys' input. So what do we do? 1, 2, or 3? Dissection, says Boo. You guys agree? I'm okay with dissection. Dissection seems like the kind of scariest, creepiest of all of them, where he might still actually be a doctor. I'm a lung specialist. Of course I watch those videos. How do you know anyway? Yeah, so see, we fucked up. It was random chance. We could have looked it up. It wanted us to look it up, but I'm like, man, come on. It's worth a shot, right? Now our dad's probably going to call us tomorrow and be all like, hey! Blah! Or something. I don't know. Alright, let's see what's going on today, but I think we're probably going to end the stream here. I think it auto-saved right here. Progress saved successfully. This is our chance, everyone. Another person has gone missing, a Mrs. Joy Piero. Police and the FCB heavily suspect that the friendly killer, aka Rita Fry, is responsible. So how long do we have? Maybe a day, maybe less. It's hard to say. We just need to find him. But didn't Fry dump all her electronics? Yes, but it's almost certain that she's picked up new ones. Instead, we need to use any connection with Joy Piero to make a trail to her, and then to the killer. Every second counts. Good luck. Ha ha! Alright, so this is terrifying over here, by the way. Law enforcement announces DNA mugshots. Is solar cheaper than fossil fuels? Eta asteroid diversion. What did we learn? And Senator raises synthetic disease concerns. Alright, we're going to go ahead and log out of the Department of Liberty. So, let's come back to this in a few days and see if we can work our way up to clearance level 7. We'll see just how far we can climb. Till then, have a good night.